And so to be able to own the greatest diversifying asset in the history of assets, just let that sink in for a second. The average boomer, they're not going to self-custody. They're not going to buy Bitcoin the way all the maxis want them to. So this is a necessary step. And the thing that people just don't seem to understand and appreciate, and I don't know why you wouldn't like this, there's $30 trillion with a T, 30 trillion controlled by advisors. And when I say controlled, I literally mean controlled, meaning the person who gave it to the advisor doesn't make the decisions anymore. Those advisors make the decisions, and they happen to be primarily, not that there aren't some good young advisors, but primarily they're of a certain age and experience level, and ETFs are their go-to tool. It is their number one tool. It's not mutual funds, it's not stocks and bonds, it's not treasuries, it's not cash, it is ETFs. And so to be able to own the greatest diversifying asset in the history of assets, just let that sink in for a second. There are a lot of diversifying assets, commodities, hedge funds, private equity, venture capital, a lot of diversifying assets. When you add them to the portfolio, your Sharpe ratio goes up, your risk goes down, your return goes up. Bitcoin is the greatest diversifying asset ever. Over 15 years, it's got 0.0 correlation to bonds, 0.15 correlation to stocks. You add it to your portfolio gets better. If you would have gone back a year ago, you would have said zero chance of a Bitcoin ETF. After 9 years of trying and everybody, and I actually started tweeting maybe 9 months ago that it was going to change because BlackRock was going to get approved. And everybody's like, they haven't even entered the fray. Like, just trust me. We own little pieces of Bitwise, and we own little pieces of Amun, which is part of 21 Shares. So I really wanted them to get approved, but I didn't think they were going to. I thought that they were going to play favorites and give all of it to Uncle Larry. And I'm glad I was wrong, because it's way better to have an open free market. And 11 on 11 is kind of cool. But I think what changed is a couple things. A bunch of 2x4s to the head by the courts. So that certainly changed.
A lot of credit to Grayscale. A lot of credit.
A lot of credit to Grayscale, and look, there's been a bunch of other things that have changed. Now there's the sinister side, which says this is a Trojan horse, and this is, hey, let's suck all the Bitcoin into these boomer wrappers, and then Max Kaiser's out saying, and then we're going to seize it all. Look, if you read the fine print, I mean, it technically is possible. That is one of the risks that people have to talk about. I don't think it's a real risk. I don't think it's likely, but look, that's another narrative that's out there.